everybody doing? Hope everybody had a good summer. Go ahead. I did, yeah. Yeah, it was great. Got to get some time off, play a little golf, and get back at it. So.
And Matt, Jalen Royal so far, what do you think?
Yeah, he's doing a good job. He's you got the OTAs again, like a lot of these rookie wide receivers. We put a lot on him, and I think that he's grown from OTAs till now in the summertime. He's been able to really. There's some little things he's doing within his routes, whether it's in zone or winning versus man. So he's doing some good things. We want to keep making him grow, leading through what he sees. I think he's a visualizer, so when he sees it, it takes him one time, then the next time he comes back and does a good job.
How much of that does also apply to Tyquan Thornton? Obviously not a rookie, but he's getting a lot of reps there with the ones.
Very similar. I really like where he's at. He came in last year about halfway through the season, and there's a lot to this offense. We do a lot of stuff, and I think verbally, these guys, when they come in here, they want to make sure that they're just lining up the right way. What that does is it slows them down when they play. So now that he's had a little bit more time to marinate in this offense, he comes here now during the summertime, and you can see he's playing a lot faster, and we're getting to see what he can do. It's been exciting for him.
How do you feel deep passing is progressing?
Who's that?
Deep passing in general.
Yeah. No, that's been a focus for us. I think we all talk about last year and how it went as far as the lack of explosives. Being able to figure out, okay, where's that start at? What are we doing, making sure we're doing our job as coaches? What are the players doing, putting it all together? And without a doubt, that's been an emphasis, and we want to speak it into existence. It starts with teaching it and making sure the guys understand it, and then when we get out there at practice, we execute it.
I know it's still relatively early for him, but what's going to this year?
Probably, this is the first time that it's been after a Super Bowl loss for me that I've seen him. So, like, right after the Super Bowl loss, all of us, we take it very personally. But I think there's a level to it as well where you're careful of not making sure it's like some deal where you're focused so much on what happened last year that you let it affect this year. That hasn't happened with any of us. And with Pat, we've gone back to a lot of the foundational stuff, whether it's mechanics, footwork, timing, progression, almost to like when he was a rookie again. And he embraces that. He wants that. So it's important for us to stick to that, but then also continue to never take away what he does so great. And I think you see it out here and what he's doing in camp so far. It's been really good.
I know you always talk about footwork with Patrick. How much of that is footwork connected to his pinpoint accuracy?
Yeah, whether it's opening up his shoulders, whether his feet are too close together, the rhythm and timing. Like the other part of this too that we talked about in OTAs is making sure that the wide receivers, make sure you get your depth. If you're a quarterback back there and you're dropping back and you're not ready to throw and they're breaking their route down too short, you feel like you're late, but it's not your fault. Or if then Pat starts to train his body to where his feet don't match the route, then you're off kilter. I feel like we got there too much last year, and that's what we're really trying to lock in on this year is get back to basics. Trust each other, right? Us as coaches trust the players, players trust the coaches, vice versa. We got great players in this room, and I think we as coaches have taken it personally to make sure that we have this aggressive mindset, and it's been good.
Now that you've seen the glimpse, what excites you most about Josh Simmons? The glimpse of athleticism is rare. It's special. I like his mental right now, where he's at mentally. We all see what goes on out here in practice, but then we take it to walkthroughs inside. He's so laser focused and understanding from Coach Heck on maybe there's a mistake or a mental where his assignment-wise he doesn't go to the right spot, so we repeat it and go through it. He cannot have enough of those. Physically, he's super talented. It's the mental side, and it's the communication part with the left guard and the rest of the O-line, but I really like where he's at. He's a true pro right now, and this is just the beginning.
We're going to work our way across. We'll go Matt, Steve, Todd.
Okay.
Yeah, Coach, with Josh yesterday and really the specifics of being able to break down the first day of practice with pads, is there anything you learned about him, anything that stood out that you just wanted to maybe even get to be reinforced once the pads were on?
The biggest thing with the pads probably right now is some protection. We did a few runs yesterday, but protection-wise, just making sure that if he hears a check at the line of scrimmage from Pat, or if he hears a certain protection call from the guys on the line, that it clicks in his brain to be able to make that execution into play. And so there was a few plays yesterday where mentally he was off, but that's okay to see. Taking that now till today, which we haven't watched the film yet, but when we go back and watch the tape, did you make the same mistake twice or not? And that's where I think he's doing a good job with that. Probably the other thing, Matt, too, is
there's a lot of that goes on right now because there's several mistakes, which is normal. Making sure you don't get frustrated and discouraged because of that, and he's excelled at that.
How's his anchor been, just as far as the strength in that knee?
Good. I really haven't noticed anything there, and that's a positive.
I asked Xavier Worthy yesterday about the game slowing down for him and if it had started the process yet. He said it started at the end of last season. Are you seeing any carryover from last game of Super Bowl to right now?
100%. And I think you felt it probably 3/4 through the season last year. When he showed up in OTAs this year, he would come over to me a lot and just kind of talk through now what he's seeing on the second level with defense, not what we're doing. You know what I mean? So like if we break the huddle, these guys right now, these young, like Royals right now, he's trying to think, where do I line up? He's not seeing the defense right now. That's okay. That's normal. Xavier was there. Rasheed was there before. Now they're level 101, 202, 303. Xavier's 202 right now, in my opinion. And so he's seeing the coverages. He's seeing leverages. When you put his talent with breaking the huddle, seeing the defense, and now executing, now the next part is the timing with Pat, and that's what we're working on in camp.
We're going to go last to Todd and Tim.
Ask you about several of these wide receivers. It seems like a really good room. Is this as good a group as maybe you've had in a while here at this point of the year?
Yeah, for me, and not to take anything away from any receivers that we've been with here or anywhere else, for me, this collective group of wide receivers from top to bottom is very extremely competitive, talented, and they're competing, they're pushing each other. I'll bring up a guy that right now isn't, I don't want to take for granted, is Juju Smith-Schuster. Unbelievable right now with what he's doing as far as a leader in that room. Watching guys out here in walkthroughs, he's taking these young guys and using his experience and giving his knowledge to them, and it's exciting because he's a great player. So from top down, we have a lot of speed. The guys have knowledge, they're smart, they play fast, they're tough. Now it's just the timing with Pat, and we're excited to take this aggressive mentality every day in practice and then take it into the season because we're ready. We're locked in.
Last one, Tim.
Yep.
Going back to that mentality that you were impressed with by Josh Simmons, could you just kind of put that in perspective? Like, how does that stack up to maybe other rookies' mentality this year or years past that you've seen? How does he compare?
Yeah, I think he's really at the top right now from what I've noticed. Now, we won't know this until we get into the preseason games and then we get into the season to truly be able to evaluate where he's at. But right now, I like where he's at. He's doing everything he can possibly do at this time to accept coaching, to be able to try to be the best rookie he can be, best teammate he can be. And then you got to be physically tough, which he is. You got to be athletic, and you got to be able to handle, coaching, and he's done that. So you put all that together, I think the sky's the limit for him.
Thank you, Coach Nagy.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.